behind me, I have the 2017 Diagnostic Criteria for Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And this is really, really exciting because it gives us some clarity in the diagnostic process for something which previously, and unfortunately even still today, is a confusing diagnosis, I think, for a lot of the medical community. In a perfect world, all doctors, all clinicians of every kind would be very aware of Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome because it causes a lot of problems for a lot of people. But unfortunately, as many of you have said in the comments to some of my other videos, that is not the case. What I suggest you do as a patient is, if you're interested in learning more about Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, visit the Ehlers-Danlos Society website because they are great and they are the ones actually who made this beautiful form. I would recommend going there and actually printing off the criteria, so printing off this PDF and taking it with you to your next medical appointment. And this is not you imposing your will upon the doctor, being threatening. You're just going there and saying like, hey, I'm in pain, I have these symptoms, I think I might have this. I found this like diagnostic criteria, which is actually very medically validated and a really appropriate thing for you to bring with you. And you're saying to your doctor, I'm wondering if you could go through it with me. And I can't imagine why a clinician would not be okay with that. Anyway, if you are curious and going through it for yourself, you can read, you're allowed to look at your own body, so you can go through it. And if you look at criteria number 1, which is what I'm going to focus on today, that is essentially a Baden scale. A Baden scale is a series of 9 movement tests. So it's 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and then touching your feet flat, your hands flat on the floor. And you will get a score from doing that. And again, as long as it's safe for you to move, and everyone's hypermobility is different, you're going to know what's best for you. This is not medical advice. These are just my thoughts on the diagnostic criteria. But if it's safe for you to do so, you could choose to essentially do a self-assessment Baden scale and tell your doctor, hey, I looked at my movements, I looked at something called a Baden scale, and I think I scored like a 6 out of 9. And on this diagnostic checklist, it says that because I'm a female under the age of 50, that means that I meet the first criterion for Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So in doing that, you're kind of, you're supporting your doctor in them helping you, if that makes sense. What I really, really like about this scale as well is that the scores are adjusted for age. So people who are pre-puberty require a higher score, and people who are over the age of 50 require a lower score. And they've even put in a little adjustment. So if you're 1 point off of scoring high enough to qualify essentially for that first criterion, they put a series of questions such as like, could you do party tricks growing up and so on, which helps individuals who actually may have been hypermobile when they were younger but are no longer, and it's due to essentially aging process. Anyways, I hope this helps you. Take a look and let me know your thoughts.